introduce yourself, you can drop a comment, but we're going to leave it on mute for now. General housekeeping tips. You're welcome to turn your camera on, but everyone will be muted. If you need to comment or you have a question or concern, I will unmute each individual and call on them. Thank
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Okay, it is now 7:02, so we're gonna get started. Good morning, first and foremost, to His Excellency Joseph Boyka, President of the Republic of Liberia, honorable member of the government of Liberia, members of the diplomatic corps, and leaders and representatives of Liberia Diaspora Organization, our distinguished panelists and invited guests, fellow Liberians joining us from across the diaspora and at home. We are glad to have you here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Global Town Hall brought to you by the Liberia Diaspora Annual Conference and the Diaspora Annual Return. We are excited to have this conversation about what you can expect from both of these organizations and the conference coming up in September. My name is Wilhelmina Quapo. I'm incredibly honored to be serving as your moderator this morning. I would like to draw your attention to the screen. The next slide, please.
Wilhelmina, give me 1 second. I think we hit capacity, so just give me 1 second, okay?
Okay, that's exciting news.
Wilhelmina, go ahead.
Okay, can we put up yes, okay, I see it's coming up. Good morning to those of you just joining us. Can we go on to the next slide? So today's agenda consists of some exciting information for you all today. We are going to open up with a call in order and opening, and then we will do some opening remarks from the Office of Diaspora, as well as some of the organizations who are a part of this conversation and making sure that we are all gathering an understanding of the future of Liberia and what's going to happen next month. Next slide, please. Some housekeeping rules are incredibly important today. So, how you can take part in today's conversation. Keep your microphones on mute. That is so important to make sure that we are understanding everyone who is speaking while they are speaking. The chat is open for you to ask
Hold on,
questions.
I'm trying to see.
Alpha, you are unmuted. The chat is open for you to ask questions. We encourage you to use it. I will be paying attention to said chat to make sure that at the point of Q&A, some of the questions are answered. Please raise your hand if you would like. There is a function on Zoom to do so. And then there's a chapter roll call. So go ahead and put that into your chat as well to make sure that your chapter is acknowledged for its presence here today. You will be hearing exactly from our president or his office. And then you will be hearing from the LDAC about 2026 and understanding DAR, the annual return for 2026 as well. Today is about you being heard. It's about you making sure that you're engaging. So please, I encourage you to do so.
Madam Moderator, please,
Yes,
we're having some, we at capacity at 100, so I'm trying to, just give us few minutes, so we can figure out why we hit capacity, because there's a
yes,
lot more people in the waiting room. Is that okay?
understood. Yes.
All right. All right, it's all yours now, Madam Moderator. Thank you all for your patience. Rolling, can you unmute her, please? Rolling, can you please unmute the moderator?
Yes, one moment. I'm so sorry. State the name one more time, so I can search. It's a lot of people here.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome, everyone who has just joined us. We are glad to have you here. If we can share the screen one more time and I can go over the housekeeping again, and then we can get started with the rest of the program. Okay. So one more time for those of you who just joined us, welcome. Today is about making sure your voice is heard. This conversation is brought to you by two incredible organizations, the Liberia Diaspora Annual Conference and the um, Annual Return, Diaspora Annual Return. So for this conversation, please make sure you're muted, make sure you use the chat to ask questions. There will be a roll call, so make sure that you put that in the chat where you are, where you're from, your organization as well, and raise your hand if you have questions. There will be a Q&A portion, so I will be looking out for questions in the chat, so be sure to put your questions there to make sure that they are answered. You will be hearing from our president or his office, and you will be hearing from members of the two organizations who are responsible for bringing us together as Liberians throughout the diaspora. Um, we will now go on. Again, my name is Wilhelmina. I'm your moderator, so welcome. We will now go on to call to order, invocation, and a roll call. That would be done by Reverend Dr. Francis Tabla and Honorable Magdala Cooper. So if you can please unmute to do so. And that will be in the next two slides.
Well, Mina, let's get opening remark from the Office of Diaspora Affairs.
Yes, please let's do so.
Is Honorable Erasmus Williams on?
If you are on, please unmute.
I think he should be on. Let's go. Let's do a remark. We'll come back to that. Do a remark from the next one after.
Okay. So is Reverend Dr. Francis Tabla or Honorable Magdala Cooper on? If
All
not,
right. I
okay.
I hope you can hear me. This is Dr. Francis Tabla, and I'm privileged to be serving as the vice chair on the Liberia Diaspora Conference. I would like to provide the invocation. Let us pray. Our Father and our God, we are so grateful to you this morning and this afternoon and probably this evening from wherever we are. Thank you for the privilege we have to serve our country. We are walking in the footsteps of our forefathers and foremothers. And we feel so privileged that we can be given this opportunity. We commit our meeting here to you. We pray you will give us guidance, you will give us wisdom, and you will give us direction. Our deliberations will be fruitful in such a way that the conference will have a major impact on our country. Thank you for all these beautiful people you've brought to be a part of this discussion. And we pray that our time spent here will be fruitful. In your name, amen. All right, so I will now hand over to Honorable Magdala Cooper, who will pick up from here.
Hey, can I start your video because the host has disabled it? Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who was this? Okay. Um, it's good to be on here with everyone. Once again, welcome to everybody, and thank you for those who've previously spoken. I came right in time for the middle end of the prayer. Thank you, Reverend, for that wonderful prayer. This is a very exciting moment for me to be a part of the second planning for the Liberian Diaspora Conference. Um, and I know there's a lot of different folks that will be speaking here today. I want to first, I know everybody is aware that the chair is not available today. He cannot be with us. Um, and so I also want to just thank the team for all of the work they've done so far. We have a really fantastic planning team. So thank you all of you for the level of work you put into this so far. I know it's going to top last year's conference. Last year's conference was the first, but it was incredible. And I know this year's conference is going to be even better. So I want to just thank all of you on behalf of the chairman and myself, the co-chair, for the level of work that has been put into this. And I'm not sure, I came in late. I'm not sure if His Excellency is already on here, um, or if Honorable Minister Steve Quia is on here as well. I'm not sure. Are they on here?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Your Excellency, it's good to have you on here. You have a fantastic team who has been doing a fantastic job planning this year's event. And Honorable Steve Quia, also welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
making the time to be here. As usual, you've just been such a strong support to all of us in making this happen. So thank you so much, Honorable Minister.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Um, and so I guess from here, we are supposed to be making, the Office of Diaspora is supposed to be making a remark. Um, but I guess, Alpha is going to give details about where we are with regards to the planning. I know he's going to do a run of show on that. So not much for me to say, but just to welcome everybody and thank everybody for the hard work they put into this. Reverend, if you have anything additional to add to the conversation, please, I will turn the microphone to you in a second. And I guess also Mr. Wati is going to speak, Alpha is going to speak, Mr. Brooklet is going to speak. So just to update His Excellency on where we are. And Your Excellency, you can rest assured this is the Marvel's team. This team is one of the best team I've worked with in a very long time. And they're going to put a conference on that you'll be very, very proud of. So
Hello.
we'll sit back. I will turn the
Hello.
microphone over to
Hello.
Reverend. And Reverend, if you want to say
Hello.
a few words prior to us turning the microphone over to the Diaspora office. So thank you everybody
Hello.
for being here again and welcome. Reverend, I think your phone is muted. Your microphone is muted. Okay, since we can't get Reverend on here, I think the host
I
can
think the
now.
host has unmuted me.
Okay, there we go, Reverend. Welcome.
Yes, thank you so much, Honorable Cooper. And I just want to personally express our profound gratitude to you for the leadership you have provided our planning committee, you and Dr. Dunn. It's been outstanding, and I believe the progress we have made is uh, dependent upon the leadership you all have provided. And so we say thank you, and we add our voice to welcome all of the participants to this meeting, and we look forward to great outcomes. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Reverend. We will yield here now and turn the microphone over to the host. Is the host taking control, or do we just move on to the Diaspora office for opening remarks?
Yeah, the host will take control, and then she will call Office of Diaspora Affairs. She's gonna call the Minister of State and Presidential Affairs, and then
Right.
keynote address from our our Excellency President.
Thank you, Alpha, for that. Honorable Cooper, it's wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much for your service. Um, Minister Tabla, thank you as well for your service. The next person on the agenda to speak is Honorable Samuel A. Stefqua. He is the Minister of the State for President's Affairs, so we are glad to have you here.
Hey, just 1 minute before the minister come in. This is Erasmus, the minister. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming on. Sorry for the little challenge that we have with the technology. I think we have over 130 persons on currently. His Excellency the President.
193.
193 persons on currently. This is due to the technical issues that we've had. So His Excellency, the President, extend his regard. He will not be on this call. He will be represented by his able lieutenant, who is the Chief of Staff to his office. There was a little change in the schedule, so even the minister is so overly occupied, but he had to, make time for this just because of the importance of this. So the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs on our state square will speak for the president as well. And then we'll look forward to hearing more from the committee on what to expect for this 2026 annual Diaspora conference, and also the annual return, and how people can start to coordinate in terms of the booking the flights and other activities. And also people who have activities that they want to plan around the December time, we can also have that conversation. The team will be here to also take information. And those who want to get involved in the conference activities in the Washington, D.C., Virginia area will also have the chance to engage the committee. The purpose of this town hall is to provide you updates and to also provide you opportunities to be able to know more about what the conference is about and how we can all have a successful conference. Thank you very much. At this time, I will yield back to the host to call on the minister again. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you so much. We will call on the minister now to speak. I see Honorable Cooper has her hand raised. Is it urgent, or we can move on to the Minister of State? Yes. Okay. We will move on to the Minister of State.
Okay. Mac, I see your hand is still up. You wanted to ask a question before I got started. It looks like she's muted.
I think she has to be unmuted.
Yeah, because I noticed that the host has this program in such a way that only the host can unmute people.
So Madam
So
Cooper is trying to speak. Can we have her unmuted?
I think they've updated their settings. I think individuals can unmute themselves now.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. I just, in response to what Erasmus from the Diaspora office just said, I really, look, Steve being here, Minister Steve being here is just as good as his president being here. He's extremely busy. I work in the office with him, and I know how super busy he is. So him being here, Steve, we absolutely appreciate you being here. I just want to say that because I don't want anyone on here to take it lightly that, oh, president is not here, Steve is here. Steve being here is just as good as the president being here. So, Steve, I just want to mention that before you come on here. We appreciate you being here once again.
thank you, Magdala. Thanks for the pressure. I know you're trying to help, but you want to put more pressure on my head. Good afternoon, good morning, good day, wherever you're joining us from. now that Magdala, my colleague, has said that, I just needed to make it quite clear that out of no disrespect to anyone on this call, you've taken your time to join us. But I am on the road traveling, and right now I'm sitting in the office of a gas station somewhere. I had to pull over to make this call, and Erasmus and I had an understanding that I would dedicate 30 minutes of the road trip to this, and I was committed to honoring that. Unfortunately, I see we just about 26 minutes gone with the technical issues and all of that. I'll try to stretch it as much as I can, but for the most part, once I'm done with my remarks, I will stay on to try to field some questions, and then maybe after another 30 minutes or 15 minutes or so, I will beg your indulgence that I continue on the road trip before nightfall. But anyway, having said that, I'm really, really pleased that so many Liberians in the diaspora continue to take very active interest in what is happening at home. We all know that whether you live in the United States, in the Caribbean, in Europe, or even elsewhere in Africa or other parts of the world, I know it may sound like a cliche, but the fact is that Liberia remains our common home, and it is the only place we can truly call our own. And it is good to recognize that you have an important stake in Liberia's future. And I know that even as we plan the second of the diaspora conferences, many of you may have questions about what is happening back home. I know you've been hearing a lot of different things about conditions in the country, about the fight against drugs, about development, about your families, and what the government is doing to improve the living standard of the Liberian people. Those are all very legitimate questions, and the president has all of those on his agenda, and I assure you that they feature prominently in his daily activities. So, conversations about what is happening in Liberia is always very, very important, and we do not take them lightly. His Excellency has even planned to be a part of this conversation as well. I can confirm to you that he will be participating in the second diaspora conference that will be held in Virginia, I'm told, around the dates that many of you already know, and that will be confirmed, I'm sure, before the end of this discussion. Uh, uh, yes, the government is actively pursuing the arrest agenda for inclusive development. We will not tell you that all of Liberia's problems have been solved. There are a innumerable number of challenges that we inherited, some of them even predating the last administration. But the good thing is that the administration President Walker continue to confront those challenges because they remain significant. Our people, as the president would say regularly, have a right to express their impatience and their call for better roads, more reliable electricity, for jobs, for improved healthcare and education, for stronger institutions, for greater accountability, and tangible improvement in their daily lives. These are not things that people should be agitating for. His Excellency would say, after 179 years, are we pleased? Are we happy about where our country is supposed to be? And the resounding answer, if you are a patriot, is no. But again, we cannot cry over spilled milk. What has happened has happened. And the good news is that under the arrest agenda for inclusive development, the government has been working very, very hard to strengthen the economy, to improve the infrastructure, to invest in education and healthcare, to strengthen the rule of law, evidenced by some of the actions that have been taken of late, especially in the major drug bust, one of the biggest in the, if not the biggest in the history of our country. The fight against corruption, improving public sector performance, and of course, creating conditions for greater private sector investment and employment. There are many areas where we can point to that there's been real progress made. Domestic revenue performance, as many, if not most of you know, has really strengthened. Important road and other infrastructure projects are moving on. We are investing in our schools and the universities. We are working to improve our airport, electricity infrastructure, port digital system, and other critical national assets. We also, the president will tell you, strengthening Liberia's international partnership. You know that Liberia is now occupying a 2-year stint as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council. And in December, the month of December has been allotted, if you want to call it that, to Liberia. And our president will be presiding, sitting in the chair and presiding rather at the UN. We continue to work aggressively to attract serious investment into the country. And the government has also demonstrated that Liberia can once again, as the president like to say, command respect internationally. At the same time, the president continues to demand greater accountability from those of us who are privileged to be working with him and for him. He demands greater performance, and we all know that the government must move faster. The president is not necessarily pleased at the pace of which sometimes the bureaucracies and the effort to be overly careful can frustrate and stifle potential investors. But efforts are being made to address those. We know that corruption remains a very serious concern for His Excellency. We'll make no bones about that. But we also know that the rule of law has been strengthening. Integrity institutions have also been given leeway to investigate more. And when accusations and allegations are made and there's probable cause established, appropriate action is taken, in most instances by suspension from the job and so forth. So the president's approach is straightforward. We will not solve all of Liberia's problems overnight, but we must leave this country, he always tells us, stronger than when we met it. We must rebuild our institutions. We must restore public confidence. We must all work together to invest in our people and in our infrastructure and do all we can to just go beyond moving from one administration to the other. I want to thank all of you again for your continued interest in Liberia, in your homeland. Thank you for your remittances, your contributions to the development of this country. We don't take those lightly. Um, Look, the many of your family members and acquaintances look forward to your economic participation through your remittances and so forth. We're happy that we have a group of people that may be scattered around the world, but their thoughts are not scattered when it comes to their homeland. Thank you all for being the patriot that you are. Thank you for supporting the administration. Thank you for being critical of the administration. Thank you for calling us to book when we fall short of your expectations. But one thing the president wants all of us to always be aware is one of his dedication and commitment to improve our country and to make sure when our time is over that we would have left the country better off than we met it. Let me close by just recalling something the president has said repeatedly. Liberia is 179 years old. Are we proud of where we're supposed to be. From now on, wherever you are, wherever part of the world you are, let us always continue to think Liberia, love Liberia, and let's build Liberia together. Thank you so much for listening to me. His Excellency extends his greetings. And like I said, I'll stay on for a few more minutes. Maybe there's some clarity someone may want. It's up to the moderator. I'm not sure what the format is going to be like, but whatever it is, I'll stay on and then I'll be on the road. It might be very noisy in the background, so I will be muted most of the time. But for as long as I'm in network coverage, our network coverage can be spotty at times, especially when you're on the highway. But I will try to remain on listening and being off camera. Thank you once again, and over to you, moderator.
Let me break protocol here for a minute, moderator. I have to break protocol here by saying thank you so much to the Honorable Minister for making the time again, Minister. We will understand. I mean, we do understand the conditions around the country. So some spots might not have good coverage. So, but we're grateful for having you here today. Thank you. And we do want to turn the microphone over to Madam Jackie McKay, who wants to make a brief statement. So, Madam Jackie, if you are able to control your own microphone, we'll give you a minute or two to make a statement. Thank you so much for your understanding, Madam.
You can unmute yourself or let the moderator unmute you if you are not able.
I think she can. You should be able to unmute yourself.
Are you able to unmute her if she's not able?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can hear
Yes,
you.
we can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much to everyone, every participant, every diasporan who has been on this call. I think the Minister of State has said a lot for the diaspora. I just want to say that we are all looking forward to a wonderful, successful annual conference and annual return where there's mutual benefit for the government of Liberia as well as for the diaspora. So it's great being on the call and meeting and engaging with all of you, the diasporans. So thank you.
And thank you again, Jackie. Now we'll turn the microphone back to our moderator.
Before, yeah. So quickly, as we've planned this, the minister, the president was supposed to just make a remark and hang around, and they will exit, and then the call will focus strictly on the people who have questions, who want to be a part, that will drive. I know the minister went above and beyond and provided other information, but hopefully,
my best feeding for you guys.
Mute your phone.
Someone has their microphone on. Please mute your microphone. It's now your turn to speak. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And then hopefully some of the issues that the minister talked about, I know they are trending issues. People want to, have a conversation around that. But for the purpose of this global town hall, which focuses strictly as was advertised, the conference and the annual return, would like to keep the conversation around that and possible investment in Liberia. Want to keep the conversation around that. And there will be a presidential town hall during the time the president will be in the state. There will be additional opportunities where you'll be able to have the chance to even engage with the different ministry agencies and people that could, answer some of these questions. So just don't want the conversation, one issue to take away the focus and purpose of this call. Thank you, moderator. Please go ahead with the meeting.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I would like to thank Honorable Steph Qua for his remarks. We really do appreciate your time here. And I would like to remind all of you in this meeting today that you can ask questions in the chat. I know I see some hands raised, but please use the chat to ask those questions and make those comments. And there is a portion of this that will be a Q&A, so your questions could be answered if you use the chat. Thank you so much. The next person we will hear from on my agenda is actually Honorable Magdala Cooper and Dr. Francis, who will talk about the LDAC overview. So if you could please mute for that portion, I really appreciate it.
Right. We are going to ask, thank you so much, moderator, for turning the microphone to us. We're going to ask Alpha to give us a lay of the land of the run of show and activities that will be taking place during the LDAC. So, Reverend, if you concord, we will turn the microphone to Alpha to give us a quick run through of the run of show.
Sure enough.
Thank you,
Okay,
Madam
thank you,
Chair,
Reverend.
Mr.
Alpha?
Co-Chair. Yes, thank you all so much. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Thank you, Honorable Erasmus Williams, Head of the Office of Diaspora Affairs. And thank you for all our Liberian community members that are on this call, and the committee members for the Diaspora Return and the annual conference. We have been working extremely hard on both of these initiatives, not only to showcase the talent that the Liberian community bring to our national development, but also to ensure that we are willing to sacrifice and contribute to what's going on in Liberia. As you are aware that last year was the inaugural conference, and what is the LDSC is the government flagship program for structural accountable partnership with Liberians abroad. And this conference has been convened by the government of Liberia and convened by the president of the Republic of Liberia. So this is not a private community organization or entity. It is an initiative of the government of Liberia under the Office of Diaspora Affairs, and it's being convened by the president of the Republic of Liberia. It's anchored around the national agenda, the national development agenda, and some of the priorities that map the president's arrest agenda around the agriculture, roads, rule of law, education, sanitation, tourism, and technology. And number three is to partner up with the diaspora as co-builders. Participants in the conference from last year's were not only just observers to the conference, but they were actual stakeholders, converting some of their remittances into productive capital, skills, and partnership. As you will see in the upcoming conference, you will hear stories of Liberians that went to the conference last year that managed to take some of those remittances dollars and have created businesses, created employment opportunities, and contributing to the national development agenda of the president. It's a 12-month cycle, so the conference is just not an event. Over the year after the conference, we ensure that we have activities, send out newsletters, just to keep you updated in terms of what it has been going on in between one conference to the other. So it's just not an event; it's an overall ecosystem that we're trying to build. And Liberia Diaspora is not just an audience; it is a co-builder of the nation. It treats the diaspora people, capital, and the know-hows as a strategic asset, mobilizing through clear policy, bankable projects, and two-way accountability. So if anyone asks, what is LDAC? What is it about? How did it come up? These are some of the overview of what we want you to understand. That is not a private organization. It is initiated from the Office of Diaspora Affairs, convened by the President of the Republic of Liberia. Last year, snapshot, as you can see, these are some data that we collected. We had over 700 participants on both of those days. On day one, we calculated about 550 individuals that attended in person. We also, on day two, we maxed out at 775. On then day three, which was the actual town hall. So that entire weekend, we had about 700 plus in-person participations on 3 of those days. We also give access to virtual participants. At some point, we marked that 1,358 individuals. Because the conference is hosted in the States, we want to ensure that we give the opportunity to all of our brothers and sisters outside of the North American continent, Europe, Asia, Africa, Middle East. So we open it up to individuals, and as you can see, we had about 15 countries and territories that participated in the conference. There was a media blitz, over 350,000 plus streams. All of the different media, online media platforms streamed our program, and we calculated what those stream data, and these data were pulled after a month of the conference. So if we have to recheck, we will definitely be streaming more than that. Post-conference, I mean pre-conference this year, no, that last year, the conference agenda was also shaped by participants of the community. So we just didn't come up with the topics as organizers. We ensure that the participants of the community answer our questions and give their surveys. And 90% of members of the conference that participated felt that they left with motivation to contribute to Liberia's contribution. We have a great chairman, the Reverend Honorable Ambassador Emmett Dunn, who couldn't be on this call today. Under his leadership, we managed to produce probably one of the biggest gathering of Liberian community in the diaspora. So what 2025 conference put on our agenda? We discussed the diaspora fund that came out of the conference, which was a vehicle to channel capital in SMEs and enable infrastructure. We also talk about the Diaspora Engagement Commission. That also was a topic that came out of the final report. Diaspora Savings Bonds was another topic that came out of the final report, and then the Senate caucus and the secretariat and the help desk conversations. These are all actionable items that came from last year's conference, and we're super excited to see what the updates are on these different touch points, so that we can know that we're not just moving, I mean, we're not just having conversations, we're actually moving our conversations from dialogue to delivery. So this year's objective, our theme for this year is something we call from dialogue to delivery, mobilizing the global Liberian diaspora for national transformation. As referenced earlier, we shaped the conference based on feedback from the community. So this year's conference specifically, we're here to report and be judged. That's one. We're also here to move capital and not sentiment. Number three, we want to bring government to the diaspora and strengthen the voice and rights. We want to build the delivery network and widen our circle as we go into 2026 conference. Prior to us coming up with a program, which you will hear from one of my team members, Bia, in terms of how the program is structured, we wanted to speak to the Liberian people again. We wanted to ask them, hey, what do you want to see? How can we structure this conference? Remember, it's the People's Conference. So we ran another survey, and at that point, when we pulled this report, it was 438 respondents. After we analyzed the report, there are individuals that are still taking those surveys. So the final exported data was on July 13. 89% of the participants came from North America. 73% were first-time attendees. This tells you how exciting that the first conference brought. So 73% of those who took this survey, they were first-time comers to the conference. 1 in 5 are investors or business owners. So this is the top topics that people are interested. They want to hear about the health systems and partnerships. They want to also hear about the capital and investment. They want to hear about governance, dual citizenship, and their voting rights. People want to hear about education and skills, agriculture, agribusiness, reconciliation, and peace. So this is the order of priority that all 438 of our respondents selected. 4 signals that came out of that. 50% said deliver means jobs creation. So when we say we want to do health partnership, what does that look like in impacting the local economy? 48% name a public enforceable scorecard so that the members of the community can be committed to their investment into the country. And 63% won the Liberian Diaspora Annual Conference to formally advocate for out-of-country voting, and then 85% won the Liberian Diaspora Annual Conference to remain an annual event, the biggest gathering of the Liberian community in the diaspora. Some of the most requested services that members of the or respondents want to see at the conference. They want to see a help desk that for the finance and development planning. So they want to see Ministry of Finance there. They want to see the National Investment Commission. They also want to see the Department of Health. They want to see education. They want to see Office of Diaspora Affairs, Land Authority, Revenue Authority, and Anti-Corruption Commission. So these are the top items or pain points of the diaspora community that they would like to see at the conference.
Mr. Chair, I'm Reverend Evangelist Striker. If you don't mind, can I make my point? I have an appointment and I just came on shortly just to be a part. So I can leave. I'm on my way to a church
We're
conference.
not
I'm
there
sorry,
yet,
who is
man.
this?
Please.
Who is
We're
this?
not there yet.
Reverend Evangelist Judy Striker of Trenton, New Jersey.
I'm sorry, can you please use the chat for your questions and concerns?
Yes. Alpha, can you continue, please?
Yes, at this point, I will turn to Bia. This is programmatic matter that came out of the survey, so I will turn to Bia to go over the 10 tracks within those 2 days.
Thank you so much, Alpha. My name is Bior Bropla, and I had a distinct honor of serving on this committee to craft a program agenda that truly reflects what we, the people, wanted to see in this conference. So all protocols observed, but I do want to give a lot of credit to members of this committee for bringing their insights into this process. Alpha, do we want to move to the next slide? All right. So the part of the conference that we're responsible for crafting are the 2 key business days of the conference. That's Friday, September 25th. Day 1 being dubbed the vision, right? Where we welcome, inspire, and create an opportunity for delegates to connect with each other, right? So this is the opening day. Think about how to get connected. The team has built a really amazing app that's going to help with facilitating networking, something that we're building on from last year and something that you, the people, decided that you wanted. So we look forward to that. The arrival process will be seamless, registration. We're even taking time for first-time attendees, to be properly oriented and even be able to match with other people of similar interest. Then the program will be opened by the chair, the co-chair, Madam Cooper, Honorable Erasmus, and other key officials who will welcome and usher us into the conference. So what's special about day 1? It's actually an opportunity to explore as well, right? There will be multiple breakout sessions based on the surveys that Alpha just shared. So you will have the opportunity to go to where your interest lies, right? And be able to engage very, very adequately in that means. So we look forward to that. But it's also an opportunity to learn, right? There will be some really important keynotes happening on that day that will help expand our vision for what is possible, since this day is the Vision Day. And we'll close that day, as we always do, with an app celebratory experience, right? A reception and an opportunity to visit and showcase Liberian ingenuity and entrepreneurship. So that's a wrap up of day one. Day two is the delivery, right? All talk and no action leads us nowhere, right? So day two is an opportunity for us to truly deliver, set the groundwork for delivering on what we want to see achieved, right? The highlight of the day will be a keynote by His Excellency, the President, where he will focus on some key deliverables and expectations for where we need to go as a people. He'll probably touch on also relations with the diaspora and advancements that we've made in that regard. It will be an opportunity to also engage, right? Where delegates can engage directly with government and have some of their concerns addressed. I think Alpha mentioned about the service desk and other key innovations that will be introduced that will help us engage even better with government. It's also an opportunity to transact, as we talked about, right? This is the day of delivery. And so we want an opportunity to create a forum where we can interact and truly deliver on our investment objectives. A lot of people in the diaspora want to invest back home, and we think this will be a great platform to kickstart that. And then, of course, we'll commit. We will adopt action steps moving forward and hold ourselves accountable. I think Alpha talked about this is not just a 2 or 3 day event. This is a year-long opportunity for us to continue to engage. So that will be day two. And you know, a lot of innovation played into the conference this year. There'll be some really, really interesting signature experiences. The Liberian Investment Deal Room, I already mentioned that, an opportunity to truly connect funders to entrepreneurs and have government as the catalyst to make all of that happen. The Diaspora one-stop shop, something that folks in the diaspora have asked for, that will be coming. Service desk, right? An opportunity to directly engage with certain stakeholders in government to address any concerns that people have. And then some really interesting other events that will be happening include the popular startup pitch competition, and the idea where entrepreneurs can come and pitch their ideas and see about getting support and funding around that. Made in Liberia marketplace,
All right,
right?
man, take care.
We always want to showcase our Liberian entrepreneurship. So this year, we've actually crafted out a structured space where delegates can truly interact with the vendors who will be there showcasing their Liberian wares. And then, of course, the creme de la creme of that experience will be the Diaspora Awards Gala, something that's new. We didn't have that last year. It'll be a presidential banquet, right? Just to be clear, that part will be ticketed, but it'll be an opportunity to truly highlight an award achievement. So again, thank you so much for the opportunity. We look forward to answering any questions that anyone might have. And I guess I'll turn it back over to you, Alpha.
So this one will call Mr. Wetty to talk about how folks can get involved more on the diaspora engagement piece.
And may I insert here right before Mr. Wetty comes on, Alpha, Mr. Brooklyn, and the rest of the team, please continue to read the messages. There are some questions that we'll need to filter through if we can get through all of it. But I do see a lot of questions on there coming in from the team, so we can respond to as many as possible. I know each of you will have the answer to some of the questions. Like, for example, one person is asking about the room capacity. I want to put a number there, but I want to make sure you guys do that. Mr. Wati?
Mr. Wetty, you can unmute yourself.
Okay. I was saying that first I want to submit my respect and honor to Ambassador Cooper for her leadership in the diaspora affair and for everything that she's doing, trying to resolve issue when she have the chance. And also Mr. Williams, who have developed the diaspora agenda to a leadership that we all been expecting. Mr. Williams have taken the issue of diaspora to the next level in line with the president's agenda. And Minister McKay, Jackie McKay, for everything that they are doing, everybody that is involved for the leadership. My role is in engagement. I just left a meeting with Mr. McKay with the people in Australia. The Australians have committed to have 5 persons at this conference. Last year there were one person that came to the conference. With the Australians, they're going to have 5. We talking to people in Japan, in Indonesia, in China. We do not want the narrative that the diaspora Liberian is just North America. Our goal here is to make sure that we include everybody. So you can get involved by contacting the diaspora secretariat, the offices, and everything. I will be calling you either individually or by way of your organization. We want this year meeting to be the best. We want it to be the best. We want any concern you have. So right now, my primary objective here is to make sure the conference does not look at North America gathering. It should be completed diaspora. We want people from Canada, one people from Europe, one people from Asia and Australia. So what I'm doing is I'm calling, I'm engaging churches, I'm engaging local organizations and leaders so we all can be involved. You can please contact me and we'll do the best we can to make sure you're involved. Now, before I leave, I want to appeal to you. If you are aware of the diaspora conference, share it with your family, with your friends, with your church, with your workmate, with everybody, because I don't know everybody that you know. So we can only be successful if we all spread the message. Again, thanks to the leadership, and I'm on to support this thing. I hope you all do the same. Thanks.
Okay, Madam Moderator, and Alpha, before the next speaker come in, I was just going to suggest before we chip into the questions and answer, which is very important, maybe the annual return team can come and do the little short presentation, and then so that we can just take everything at once since we are piloting this together. This is Erasmus. Thank you.
Yes, so they are on the agenda right after Alpha does tell the people how they can register for the conference. So right after that, we'll hear from the annual return team. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Williams, and thank you to our moderator. So how do you participate in this conference? Registration has been open since July 25th, right before our Thanksgiving celebration. And up as of this morning, we have had about 740 registrations. Last year, around this time, we were nowhere near the registration counts. So that tells you the hype and the frenzy around this biggest gathering of Liberian diaspora in the globe is unimaginable. So if you have not registered yet, please, we want you to register. We want you to register. We don't want you just showing up. If you have friends that are interested in like the Liberia's agenda, that want to invest, want to go visit, please register. And this is the website at www.liberiandiasporaconference.org. The conference website have the registration tiers, the different deadlines. We have not put the hotel booking on there yet, but it's in the Virginia, Maryland corridor. So in person, full access to plenary breakout service desk and deal rooms. We will also have opportunities for members to participate via live stream. We're still discussing the logistics around having a banquet and a war gala. This is something that our dear chairman is very fond on, that he wants to ensure that you have the best time, not just to come and listen to theories, but you also want to give you the opportunity work and make deals outside of those plenary sessions. So again, it's this Friday, September 25th through the 26th, and then the 27th is the conference. I mean, it's the town hall, which is on a Sunday. Registration desk will open at 7:30 a.m. For the first timers, you will have a dedicated orientation area, as mentioned by my teammate. And then we are promoting our conference app. Through this conference app, you will know exactly what's going on. You will know what the rooms are. You will know where the speed networkings are, where the deal. So you will have the ability, if someone's interested in fishery and you're interested in fishery, you'll go into our database and see who's there that you can connect with. So we're trying to ensure that everything is robust, and we're trying to also leverage technology as well. And if you have not taken the pre-conference agenda, we advise you still do so. It's not late, but please, if you have not registered yet, go ahead and register. We have a cap. I'm not going to mention what that cap is because I'm not allowed to. But as of today, we have over 740 individuals that have registered to attend the conference. Thank you.
And I have just dropped the registration link in the chat. So you will see registration link if you want to register right now. The next person we'll hear from is a briefing about the Diaspora annual return. Thank you, Alpha, for all that wonderful presentation that you did. Dr. Clarice Kula, is Dr. Clarice Kula on to present the annual return information?
Go ahead, Alpha. Okay. So today we're just going to brief you on the Diaspora annual return, what it is, and what we'll be doing the month of December. So as you can see, the Diaspora annual return, that's dubbed DAR, is a public.
Dr. can you please talk slow?
Oh, Lord,
So we
Erasmus, you ready again? Okay, I will try. Okay. So the Diaspora annual return, which is dubbed DAR, is a public-private partnership and Liberia's premier global convening. It is designed to reconnect the diaspora, catalyze investment, strengthen cultural identity, and deliver measurable national impact. And when I talk about impact this year, we're really doing something big, which my co-chair, Tiana Kessie, is going to brief us on in a few minutes. Who the DAR is for. The first thing is the historic diaspora, which are the people of Liberian and African descent worldwide who trace heritage and kinship to Liberia, meaning African Americans, Caribbeans, people who are non-Liberians who are living in the diaspora. Then there are the Liberians living in the diaspora. These are us who are abroad in North America, Europe, Asia, Africa, all around. We are the Liberian living diaspora. Then there's Liberians, Liberians living in Liberia. Yes, they are part of the Diaspora Annual Return. We don't want our people on ground to feel like this is only for those of us coming from outside, because that's not what this is about. It is about all of us as Liberians. So the community at home who host, partner, and benefit, they're also a part of this return. Why this moment matters. Okay, you can see the slide on here, growing global diaspora interest. And we've been able to do that the last 2 years. A lot of people have said, oh, we want to be a part of this. What is this? What's going on in Liberia? Even our own children that are born abroad have started to come back home in December and be a part of the festivities. Cultural reconnection momentum. For many of us who have left Liberia for a long time, coming back, whenever I think about it, I almost want to cry. I don't have words for it. It's something very special to see us come back. People who you haven't seen in many years, who you didn't even know were still living. You come back and you reconnect with them. It is very important. Rising investor curiosity in Liberia. Many people want to invest. Many of us on this call want to invest. So this is a time where we bring our people together and make it important. It really matters. positioning Liberia as a leading homecoming destination. Many of us, during the Civil War, when we wanted to travel in December with our families, we went to the Caribbean, we went to all different places around the world. Well, Liberia is completely open. Liberia is years away from Civil War. It is time for us to make Liberia the destination, the homecoming destination every December or throughout the year. Liberia is beautiful. Liberia is a place, Liberia is home. Let's just put it that way. So for many of us, position Liberia as a leading homecoming destination. Instead of going everywhere else, bring your monies, bring your family, bring everything to Liberia, have a wonderful time and be a blessing to the country, to the businesses that are on ground, be a blessing to them. When you stay in a hotel or an Airbnb, when you eat at a restaurant, all of those things are part of it. Also, alignment with national development priorities. We've heard the president's arrest agenda. Everything we're doing here is aligned with that agenda. Then you talk about global structural shifts. All of these things is why this matters. Please come and be a part. Next slide, please. All right, so December in Liberia is a month-long program of events across Monrovia and beyond. From December the 1st to the 31st of 2026, we will be in Liberia. Some of us will come earlier in the month, some will come at the end of the month, so some will stay to December, some will come as early as the end of November, but the entire month of December, activities and events will be going on. I'm going to start with the four signature events that we're doing. The first one is the Peace and Reconciliation Dialogue. That's December the 17th. The second one is the Heritage and Impact Awards. That's December the 19th. Last year, many of you on this call were nominated by family and friends. You were voted in, you won, and you receive awards. The president also received an award. The president was at the event. He had a wonderful time. We had a Hollywood actress that was there. She also had a wonderful time. And then all of us that were able to participate had an amazing time. We want the same thing to happen this year. When I start talking about the 7 pillars, Lois Harris is going to tell you about the impact, the Heritage and Impact Awards, how you can nominate people that are doing great work in the community. We'll get to that in a minute. December the 20th will be the Christmas Cantata. We blessed over 500 young people last year, children in orphanages. We did a presentation at the church. We did a lot of great things. We went to orphanages and fed children. We brought gifts for the children at the orphanages. It was amazing. So that's December the 20th. And then December the 30th, the One Liberia March. We were not privy to do this last year. This is Erasmus Williams's baby. This is going to be led by Mayor Ure. It's going to be a wonderful time where all of us as Liberians from all around the world will hold hands in the streets of Monrovia along with government officials, along with private sector people on ground, and we will march as one Liberia, as one people. So we're looking forward to this event this year. Now, across the month, we already have some people who have come up and say, hey, I want to do this or I want to do that. I'm going to go over some of those and then let you know that you too, if you have events in December, you can contact us so that we can get your events on the calendar. Understanding that there are 4 signature events, which are the ones I just discussed. And then there are other events across the month. December the 1st through the 31st is 31 Days of Impact. Tiana Kessler is going to come and tell us about that in a few minutes. December the 12th, the consortium fundraiser is going to be taking place. That's being led by Yasa and her team of doctors and nurses who will be in Liberia at the time. December the 16th will be the Health Investment Forum. That's being led by Peter Pay, Reverend Peter Pay, Dr. Peter Pay, sorry. And then December the 17th, the Learning Center will have a groundbreaking event. That's Leo Johnson. You guys know about the Learning Center. They're going into phase 2, which I'm excited about because I'm all for learning for the children. So he's going to be doing a groundbreaking ceremony on that day. On December the 18th, there'll be a Made in Liberia fair that's going to be hosted by If Magazine and the Made in Liberia panel of people. December the 18th will also be, that evening will also be the Learning Center fundraising dinner. They are having a fundraising dinner for phase 2. If you can participate in that, that would be wonderful. And then December the 20th, the bridge, which is being led by Heritage and Hustle. They will be doing this event. So there are a lot of things happening already in December alongside the 4 signature events. Anyone who is interested or is doing an event already, if you can get us your flyers, get us your information, that would be great. Later on in this conversation, when we do the Q&A, I'll have Alpha give you information as to how you can get in touch with us via online or, anything of that nature. So if we could go to the next slide. The Heritage and Impact Awards, these are the areas that we'll be looking at and recognizing Liberians doing things on ground, doing things in the diaspora as well. We're looking at Educational Excellence Award. We're looking at the Change Maker Award, that's for people 35 years and under. We're looking at the Health Impact Award. Last year, we didn't have a health one. So you help people, you see we have one now. Then we have the Creative Excellence Award. Then the Business and Innovation Award, then the Leadership and Sports Award. When the time is right, Lois will talk about that. Nominations are open, and I'll let her have a chance to give you all of this other information here. If we could go to the next slide. All right, so we're asking you to come home for December. That is the call. We are asking everyone in the diaspora, no matter what country you're in, come home this December. Again, it is a public-private partnership. We have this going also with Brussels Airlines, who's offering us some discounts for the return. We have these exclusive fares on the website. When you go online to register, on that first page, when you're doing your registration, right there, it gives you 3 travel agents that you can call. They have all of the information that will help you register, get booked for your flights. You'll see what the discount is at that time. The travel window is December the 1st through the 31st. You can book around the signature events, or you can come earlier. You can even come as early as the last week in November. You can leave in January. The events will happen from December 1st through the 31st, but you can come earlier and you can leave later. Seats are limited, so we are asking everybody to go online and start getting the information you need for your booking. Register today, book online. All the information will be on our website. Next slide, please. All right, so where you fit in the D came up with these 7 pillars, we like to call them. And these 7 pillars talk about the work stream. It talks about so many things. Before we get into the 7 pillar, Tiana, can you please come on and tell us about the 31 days of impact? Tiana?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And, thanks to everybody for taking their time out of their busy Saturday to be with us. The 31 days of impact, I would say, is a springboard of what we did last year. We springboarded off what we did last year with the Christmas cantata. As Dr. Pula mentioned, we had orphans in attendance, but we also went out to different orphanages and we were able to feed and gift about 500 kids throughout Liberia, because it wasn't, I'll say we did Painesville, we did Marshall area. We were not able to expand beyond the, Margibi, Monserrato area. But as we talked about it and thought about after, we decided that we wanted to have greater impact. And so we decided to do 31 days of impact. And the goal is that every day in December, we will spotlight one individual, organization, or business from the diaspora driving some form of change or impact in Liberia. We realized after doing this, just talking, right, that people were doing things that we were not aware of. So we talked about what we did in terms of the Diaspora Annual Return Initiative. But I remember Faith Cooper, who is now part of the committee now, talked to me about what she's been doing annually with her girls in terms of giving back. So we decided we wanted to highlight education initiatives, health initiatives, youth mentorships, business mentorship programs that people are doing in December. So the goal is that, like I said, every day in December, we will highlight someone and some initiative. And we shouldn't think of this, thus far, I have to say we have about 20 organizations listed. There's room for more. So if you have something that you're doing, please go on the Diaspora Return website, register that you will be in Liberia or you're doing an initiative, and we'll be able to follow up with you. I see somebody mentioned something in the chat just now about sports. So there are sports events that people do. People give footballs, they do things for the kids. So again, we want to show this not just as goodwill. We want to highlight the fact that the diaspora has economic power and that we don't just leave and come only in December for enjoyment and pleasure, but we actually have impact in our country, and we want to show that we're intentional, and we want to make sure that we're measuring this. And so I want to talk about Minister Sam Steve Kuya mentioned, the remittances. Last year, it's recorded that the diaspora nearly donated, or contributed 980 million in remittances. That's about 21% of Liberia's GDP. So it's not just, sending money, but it's families fed, businesses launched, communities stabilized. And that's how I think we need to be looking at this particular initiative. I'm going to stop there, and Dr. Kula, pass it back to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I already saw a lot of people as they were signing into the message here, they were putting the organizations they belong to. So these are some organizations who may want to participate in the 31 days of impact. Having said that, Faith Cooper, are you on?
Faith yes, Cooper. Dr. Kula, I'm here. I can't be on video, but I'm happy to speak about the Peace and Reconciliation Dialogue.
Okay, so we're still under experience and program. As part of that are the 4 signature events, and the first one is the Peace and Reconciliation Dialogue. So Faith, go ahead, please. That's on December the 17th. Please take it away.
Great. Thanks, Dr. Kula, and thanks, Tiana. It's been a pleasure to work with this incredible team. As Dr. Kula said, we are hosting a dialogue under the theme Peace and Reconciliation. We know that it remains critically important to us as a nation. But the question is, what comes after reconciliation? So this year, we do want to have a dialogue focused on peace, development, and community resilience. Essentially forward-looking conversation while acknowledging how far we've come, but focusing on where we're going and how the diaspora can work with Liberians at home to hold ourselves accountable for moving forward. So under this theme, we will hold a high-level panel. It will comprise of government participants, civil society, women, youth groups. The media plays a critical role, traditional council, and then a diaspora representatives. Followed by that, we will break out in sessions and essentially hold dialogues that will enable us to be able to come up with recommendations that we can hold ourselves accountable as we think about moving Liberia forward. So it's been an honor and privilege to work with this team to plan this specifically, and I look forward to engaging as many of you that are willing to contribute to this important discussion. Back over to you, Dr. Kula.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, Lois Harris, if you can unmute. Lois Harris is going to tell us about the awards.
Thank you, Chair Lady, Dr. Kula, and Co-Chair, Madam Kessley. Thank you for your leadership. My name is Lois Harris. So the Heritage and Impact Award was one of the highlights of last year's Diaspora Annual Return Program. It gave us the opportunity to recognize and celebrate Liberians in Liberia and throughout the world for their leadership, their service, innovation, and meaningful contribution to our nation and to global Liberian community. Last year, Dr. Kula mentioned, we had the president in attendance along with many other ministers. We had 700 plus nominees from last year. Building on that success, we have strengthened the 2026 award program by establishing a clearer eligibility requirement, category-specific selection criteria, and a more structured 2-stage nomination and evaluation process. So this year's program will include 6 competitive categories, which includes educational excellence, change maker, health impact, creative excellence, business and innovation, and leadership and sports. Public nomination opened on August the 7th and will close September the 28th of 2026. The nomination platform, the flyer, the QR code, and direct link are all now active and are being circulated. Our current focus is expanding public awareness and encouraging strong, qualified nomination from Liberia and across the diaspora. So we encourage you all to please assist with the circulation of the flyer. Our goal is to be able to reach over 2,000 nominees this year. Thank you, Dr. Kula.
Thank you. All right, Alpha. Next slide. Okay. Now back to experience in programming, which is our first pillar. We talked about the first 2 events, and the next one is the Christmas cantata, which I mentioned earlier, being a blessing to 500 children last year who were in fact orphans. We're looking to do more. If we can get to 1,000 orphans this year, that's going to be amazing. And of course, outside of Monrovia, like Tiana mentioned, we like to go outside of Monrovia, outside of Margibi County. We like to go.
Madam, can you speak slowly? We don't live. Most of them live in North America. You live
Okay.
outside, so slow down. We want to understand what you're saying, please.
Okay, no problem. All right, so I was saying that a lot of what we're doing this year, we want to get more than 500 children, which is what we had last year. So we want to have more than 500 orphans that we can be a blessing to, that we can feed during the Christmas holiday, so that we can also give gifts to. So we have all of the different counties. People are doing work in those counties. If we can organize in such a way that all of us would do the Christmas cantata on the same day in the different counties, that would also be great, so that we are able to serve more children on December the 20th. So all of this information will be on the website. Please do visit the website, do sign up, let us know the things that you're doing in Liberia already. And then the last one under the signature events will be the One Liberia March, which Mayor is not here today. She will be leading this. We will be walking through the streets of Monrovia. We will have a time where it's just a time of togetherness between all of us who are coming from different parts of the world, to participate in something that shows unity of the Liberian people. The second one now is partnerships and growth. This is where we talk about sponsorships, we talk about, travel and hospitality. So if our partnerships and growth person is ready, Savette, if you're on the call, please hop in. Savette, are you there? Tiana, would you like to speak on behalf of Savette?
Sure. So Savette Gibson, as a leader on this particular committee in terms of partnerships and growth, she and her team have been working diligently to get us organized and to start the process of reaching out for sponsorships. One of the things that they have done is they've developed a survey that Dr. Kula and I will circulate and share with everyone. They actually want us to be able to fill it out so they can utilize it to share the demographics of this annual return, the anticipated demographics with the potential sponsors for their packets. Please fill it out. They're actually even offering an incentive of a $50 Amazon gift card. I think that's going to be some form of raffle that they're going to be doing because they really want to be able to gather that information. But it's unfortunate the team isn't there. I know Sakar is a part of the team and he's on the call, and we can ask questions later just so we can move through the process, but that's what they've been working on. Thank you.
Here it is. Okay, let's go to the next pillar, Alpha. We're still on that slide. So the next pillar is diaspora engagement. That's Mr. Wetty. Mr. Wetty already told you guys what he's doing for the conference. Now, Mr. Wetty, please tell us quickly what you're doing for the return as far as getting people.
It's the same engagement.
So you're doing the same thing. Okay, we'll leave it there. All right.
No, it's the same engagement. As I go around, I speak talk about the diaspora conference and annual return. The only thing I want to add here is that people should follow the signature events. So when they go to Liberia, they can align themselves with these activities. So we hoping that we have more people this year getting themselves involved in all of the activities. We know you'll be in Liberia, but please register with one of those activities and see how you can participate. Thank you.
Thank you. Number 4, brand media and storytelling. Gab, are you here? This deals with media relations and how we're going to put the storytelling together and put it out there. Is Gab on?
Yeah, I'm on, Dr. Kula. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to all. So our plan is to promote the annual return. It is to help Liberia tell one powerful national story. That story is many roots, one home. The message intentionally includes Liberians from every county, culture, generation, and part of the world. No single group can claim it, but every Liberian can belong to it. Through social media, radio, interviews, and community storytelling, we will invite Liberians at home and abroad to share what makes Liberia home, what they are proud of, and what role they can play in building Liberia's future. Young Liberians will help lead the conversation, while entrepreneurs, artists, families, local communities, and diaspora give the campaign authentic voices. This will be a social media campaign that we're hoping on sparking, where people just post their home experiences and we'll use it for brand awareness. The goal is to rebuild national pride and turn that pride into action, returning home, investing, sharing knowledge, creating jobs, and contributing to inclusive development. Once again, the theme is many roots, one home, and is more than a slogan. It's more so like a platform for belonging and national unity and collective action towards a stronger Liberia where everyone has a place in our progress. We'll make sure most of the content is neutral, meaning that we don't want to post anything that somebody on ground in Liberia might feel as though it only is directed at people abroad and vice versa. So that's where we come in at.
Well done. All right, logistics and operations, Robina? Robina, are you on? Tiana? You want to?
I'm sorry, I'm here. I'm sorry, I'm having internet problems. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. So far, we are on task with the different venues. I think we had concerns yesterday, but we won't be able to do anything really on the ground until things were closer to the date. But securing venues and making sure that the airport will be ready for when everyone comes in, the welcome, the farewell, the march, um, just to make sure that the hotels are ready for you all, the businesses are ready for you all. We're on task. And I know we're talking about the annual return, but I'll quickly jump in for the conference, which was just a little snack that was taken away. If your business on here and you would like to sponsor, I am the chair for sponsorship for the annual conference. Please sign up, register. There's a link for sponsorship. Please go ahead and check that you would like to sponsor, and we'll go ahead and get in touch with you. This will give you great visibility during the conference. And if you would like to come to Liberia during the December time, this will give visibility for your business and people will know who you are. Thank you very much. That's all I have.
Thank you. All right, finance and resources, Lois?
Sure, thank you, Dr. Kula. So we heard you last year. You want transparency, you want accountability. Well, this is where Pillar 6 come in place. So the Finance and Resources Committee has developed a comprehensive financial governance and accountability framework for the Diaspora Honor Return 2026. So this work is important because DAR needs one consistent financial system that ensures every dollar received, approved, spent, and reported is properly documented, it is safeguarded, and is fully traceable. This framework that we are working on will establish a clear responsibility, approval authorities, internal controls, and reporting standard across the Diaspora Honor Return Program. It will strengthen the transparency, accountability, donor confidence. So please make your donations, leadership oversights, while reducing inconsistent practices, financial risk, and any uncertainty about who is responsible for each financial function. So to date, up to date, we have completed and consolidated all of the 5 work streams of governance, which cover from budgeting, financial planning, governance, internal control, procurement, payment, compliance, risk and financial reporting reconciliation, and committee coordination and implementation. We are now moving towards final integration and review of the completed framework so that we can present it to the executive committee for approval and implementation. So this year, every dollar that is given to us will be accounted for. Thank you, Dr. Kula.
Thank you. All right, our last pillar is legacy and impact evaluation. That's Alpha. Alpha, take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Kula. Roland Clark and I lead this initiative. At the end, we want to be able to evaluate how impactful the diaspora annual return was to the local economy for that period of time. We want to ensure that the country's resources, the public-private partnership, they're pumping resources into this particular initiative. There's some level of return on investment as it impacts the economy. So we build a system that allows us to track that. So before you go to Liberia or before you participate, we're asking for you to register. Just give us brief information about yourself, name, the country you're coming from. I know someone may comment in the chat that it seems like it's strictly North America. We're trying our best to reach out to Liberians throughout the entire globe. So you tell us when you're arriving and then why you're there, whether it's for the homecoming, investment, culture, or volunteering. And then you give us your travel, not too much details into your travel itinerary, and then you get a pass. That pass is a QR code. That QR code allows you, when you get to the airport, we're working with logistics to ensure there's a kiosk that's going to be there that will scan you in. And then when you, at every event, the signature events, other businesses or events that partner up with us, we just want you to scan. If you spend $1, just tell us. You don't have to put an exact amount. It can be estimate. We really want to track what portion of that 900 and something $1 million that the government talks about remittances, what portion of that is in December that this particular project is actually giving to the local economy so that it can help us in the future in terms of better planning and strategizing whether the project is impactful or not economically. So it's a system specifically to track and evaluate the success of this particular program. So as we go through the planning, you'll be receiving emails, text messages, and links in terms of how you can participate in this process to help us evaluate effectively. Thank you, Dr. Kula.
Okay, thank you, Alpha. And Alpha, please, if you could, remember to drop the survey for the sponsorship committee, if you could just drop it in here, so everybody can have access to it. We're done with our portion, but again, we
One
ask
quick
it.
second, Dr. Kula.
Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, this is being done, as an initiative, right? And it's being done thanks to the Ministry of State, thanks to Erasmus's office and his leadership, right? That they've allowed us and trusted us to move this forward. These 7 pillars that Dr. Kula just allowed everyone to highlight, there's a structure that we intentionally put in place so that whatever we do this year is left for next year and people to build upon. I think that's an area that we tend to struggle with as Liberians. When things happen, we just leave it and then we start all over. So we've been very intentional, and I want to say thanks to everyone on here, especially our committee members, the leaders, everyone that's been working on this, just volunteering their time to do this and to make sure that we're successful and that we, as the diaspora, are able to return and have impact.
Awesome. All right, thank you, Tiana. So Alpha, if you could drop that in the chat so people can please fill it out, would really appreciate it. And everybody on this call, thank you for your time this morning. I'm turning it back over now to the moderator. Thank you. And thank you, Erasmus Williams.
Madam Moderator, the head of the Diaspora office wants to come in before we get to questions and answers.
Excellent. You can just have her come in.
Okay, everybody, I want to say thank you all to the participants, to the different committee members, to the different committee chairs, and even those who have worked behind the scene to help the different committee chairpersons to get to where we are today. I want to say thank you. His Excellency, the President, highly appreciate everything you continue to do. And anytime we get a chance to sit with him, we let him know about the outstanding work you all continue to do, including yesterday before he left office to go home. We had conversation about this town hall, about the work you all are doing, and he continued to reassure us of his commitment to doing what needs to be done for policies to be readjusted, to make create opportunities for people in the diaspora to have safe lending in terms of investment and other opportunities. I want to say thank you all. I also want to take this time to make a big announcement. I call it big announcement because in my mind, when we come together and we're doing legacy projects that will live after all of us, For me, I don't know about you, but for me, I see it as an opportunity. And I also see these two announcements as opportunity. One is the official announcement that will be launching at the conference, which is called the Liberia Diaspora TV network. The Liberia Diaspora TV will be launching that. This will give you the opportunity in your different states, in your different region, in your different area. Will provide you the link. You'll be able to have the link over there to provide updates if need be. But the goal of this is to keep Liberians in the diaspora together, keep them informed on real-time information in Liberia. That is the objective of this. These initiatives are being developed with the intent of it living after all of us here. So we are structuring in a way that even when we're not there, other people can come and follow suit, hopefully, based on the positive impact it continues to make. The next one is the, Alpha, you want to show it? The Diaspora.
Just talk about it. I didn't see the logo.
Okay. It's the Miss Diaspora Liberia. Miss Diaspora Liberia. Miss Diaspora Liberia. Now, as we continue to do all of the intellectual things, investment, this, that, people in the diaspora are equally talented. They are involved in other things. And the goal here is to really, really make the diaspora for all. And we have a lot of our kids out there, our family members out there that are involved into other initiatives, participating. I think Dr. Kula's daughter even is one of the myths out there. My own little sister, even though she used to be Miss Minnesota for the Liberian community there. We have a lot of people, but the question is, how do we further support them, strengthen them, grow them, give them that big platform? Because I think there's a Miss Diaspora globally, and we can also transition them to be able to participate, and all of these things, even if they don't have interest maybe in heritage, this could be their entry point into the diaspora. So in my mind, these are two impactful legacy initiatives that we will be seeking, we are seeking volunteers to work on. If you have interest in helping out with these projects, please contact Alpha. Please contact Alpha. He will, put you in touch with the appropriate persons, and we are all, we can all go over it, and hopefully before, by the conference time, we can be able to unveil everything to the public. But I just wanted to let you know that we are working, we are thinking, and every day we're thinking on how we can continue to grow the diaspora. It's not just Europe, it's not just America. Ivory Coast is part of the diaspora. Nigeria is part of the diaspora. Guinea is part of the diaspora. Ghana is part of the diaspora. African countries also are part of the diaspora. Thank you so much. We'll now go back to the moderator for our next session. Alpha, you want to show the... Alpha, you want to show the...
We can get the slide back up, but I want to make sure people with their hands raised know that we actually cannot call on people to unmute their mic and speak. We are well beyond time to end this meeting, but please still put your questions in the chat. Those questions are saved, and the committee can go back and look at them and make sure that they answer it in a timely fashion. But I do want to get to some really important questions that were asked. Some have easy answers and some don't, but the first one will be the room capacity. Someone did ask about that. And then people would like to know if they'll be able to get these slides emailed to them, sent to them in some form or fashion. Is that something that can be done?
Yes,
For the
thanks.
for the slide, I don't think so. We have a lot of technical information on there. So I'm not sure, but we can review the question. If they really need it, we can have conversation with them. Thanks.
Okay. Can we put contact information in the chat in some way so people can contact you all and ask you about that? And then for the room capacity, is there an answer to that?
The We don't have a room capacity, but the conference is planning, as you can see, to accommodate more guests than we did before. It's not going to be at the same hotel. It's going to be in the same area, but a different location that is big enough, that has capacity. Seating arrangement will be done slightly. So all we can say right now is encourage everyone, if you anticipate on attending, please register as soon as possible. As I mentioned before, we have about 740 registration, and as we're speaking, there were more coming in. So if you plan on attending, please register as soon as possible to secure your spot. But the place is big enough to accommodate.
And Madam Moderator, thank you so much, Alpha, for that information. Madam Moderator, I want to make sure we add this. We have a lot of business people on here. The executive mansion is in full support of the Diaspora conference, but we're also still looking for sponsorship in other areas. And so we're still soliciting sponsorship. If there's any person in a group on this call, we will be more than happy to talk to you if you have any supporting any aspect of the conference or even the event in December. Madam Robina Lewis Vincent is the person in charge of sponsorship. And of course, the executive mansion is working with her in reaching out to the business community, especially those of the private sector, those within the private sector. So I would just like to make sure we mention that for anyone who might be interested, please contact Ms. Robina Lewis. Both the Diaspora Conference in Washington and the annual return in December with by Dr. Kula. So I want to just make sure that that is put out there. Thank you, and on here as well. Robina, any way you can drop your contact information within the group or the chat, that would be great so folks can be able to reach you.
Thank you so much for that information. There are a few questions about the sponsorship package. Not sure if we have answers to that right now, if it's something that can be sent to folks.
Right. Robina Lewis is on here. She could just probably say a word or two really quickly. I know we're way past the time for concluding this conversation. Robina, are you on here? Honorable Erasmus?
I'm sorry, Madam Cooper.
Okay, Robina is there.
Yeah, I had very bad connection. Thank you so much, Madam Cooper, um, letting everyone know about the business opportunities and how they could bring visibility to their businesses. My contact is if the Diaspora Annual Conference team could please drop the link for registration in there. There's a whole layout about sponsorships and how you can sponsor for the events in DC. That'll be greatly appreciated. Due to my network issue where I am, I really can't put that link in here. Alpha, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Someone will put the link in there for you. For a lot of people are asking about information about the conference. I think it'll help if we just put the conference website. There's a lot of information that can answer a lot of those questions there. So I just dropped the conference, the general conference website. One question that I think is important to answer, there was a few people asked this, is about participation with local Liberian chapters across the diaspora. A few people from US specific chapters asked. So can we try to collaborate with them from now on and maybe next conference, and how to go about doing that, as well as some people would like to join the planning committee and some subcommittees for both the conference and the return, the annual return. So how can they do that?
So in terms of, go ahead. In terms of the conference, both the conference team and the Diaspora and the return team are very responsive. So if you send us an email, info@libdiasporaconf.org, which I pasted in there. If you send us an email, any questions, whether it's how you can participate, how you can get involved, that information will trickle down. We do a very, very good job of responding to inquiries that come through our website or come through the email. And I'll let Mr. Wetty handle the chapter question, because that's in his committee. Mr. Wetty, is yours on the chapter?
Yeah. Well, for the chapter, we contact the chapter leadership, and if you go through the Diaspora website, and you can also contact me and all the chapter leaders. You can contact us, and we'll try to reach out to you. Or not only chapters, individuals, because this is a Diaspora conference. It's not only based on chapter, it's not only based on some affiliation to a particular institution. So individually, you can also participate, and if you get one news, pass it on to the next person. I don't know whether did I answer the question correctly.
I believe so. Is there a way people can contact you, or should they be contacting the Diaspora Conference for these particular collaborations?
Yes, they can contact they can contact me. I'll put my number in there, but the process is to contact the secretariat, and they will contact me, because we want to keep track of what we're doing. But however, I will share my number in the chat room. But the official process is to contact the secretariat.
Okay, thank you. So everyone, please, if you are interested in collaboration, contact the secretary. The next question that I wanted to make sure we answer is, there were a few people wondering, since this is a diaspora conference, are there plans to have this conference in the future in other locations other than the DMV area?
We should let the Office of Diaspora Affairs take that question.
What was the question? Sorry.
The question is, are there future plans to have the conference in somewhere other than the DMV area or even the United States, since this is a diaspora conference?
Yes, there is plan to rotate the conference, not just in the US, but considering Australia, France, and considering Canada and other places. Now, we needed to hold the first two inaugural conferences in the US because it's easy, especially when you're seeking the participation of the president. And that's why we are having it around the UNGA. For example, if we were having a conference, let's just say this month in Canada, the travel cost for government officials to travel to Canada, it'll be very expensive. And then we have to justify further compared to us having it in the US around the UNGA, where right after the UNGA, you have a whole, a bunch of government officials that could just extend the ticket by a couple of days and, with a very minimum cost coming to the conference is cheaper for government that way and strategic. So, but we are looking to expand to other areas. So hopefully after this year conference, the conference can be able to find other means of funding and fund itself where we will be able to, when we move in it, the financial consequences cannot be a roadblock for the execution of the conference. Yes, but yes, we have plans to do that.
Excellent. And then there were other questions for those who attended the conference last year. They mentioned that it was sort of difficult to have communication when schedules changed, et cetera. So is there a plan to do that a little better this year, or how should people be looking out for communication during the conference to make sure things haven't or have changed?
Was that for the conference or it was for the annual return?
It was for the conference specifically.
Okay, so I can speak on that. We communicate through emails and text messages and through all of our WhatsApp channels. If for any reason you did not get our communications, if you can shoot us an email, we will make sure that you're on our mailing list. We have like hundreds of Liberians on that mailing list, and we're trying our best to update as much as we can. But this year, something we're implementing or we've already implemented, the registration process have changed. So when you register, it automatically creates you an account into an app. So it's that app that we'll be communicating through. So you can only register via email. So please keep your eye out for email that's coming from the conference. And if we send something and it might go into your spam, but 90% or 100% of our communication will be coming electronically and it's going to be pushed through that app, that same system that you used to register.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I think we can do one final question. This question has to do with the agenda for the actual conference. People would like to know how can they contribute to the conference agenda, and when would that be happening? How they can join that participation of it, if they can.
Bia can take that question.
Hi, thank you, Ms. Moderator. Yeah, so the process is the same. Establish communication with the committee through the email address that was shared in the chat. I believe it's info@lib annual conference. Utilize that chat to communicate any desires to the committee. And as Alpha said, the committee is very responsive and will evaluate those requests as they come in. But other than that, the secretarial team will be sharing more information as we move along. So expect to get a lot more information as things ramp up regarding the conference and how you can participate. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
if you
you.
could please just share the email again, that would be great, Alpha, in the chat for anybody who's interested in participating. Thank you.
Okay, so we are about 30 minutes past time to end this meeting. Is there anything else from any of the committee member that they would like to add? They haven't mentioned, they want people to make sure they know. I just see someone say that question about communication was specifically for the annual return. So maybe if we can either quickly answer that or send that via some sort of communication, that'll be great. So sorry for misinterpreting your question. But is there anything else left to add before we conclude?
Madam Moderator, before you conclude, we can give the opportunity to the Office of Diaspora, the conference co-chairs, Honorable Cooper and Dr. Tabla, on behalf of our chairman, Dan, to make a remark, and then Dr. Kula and Tiana make a remark, and then the Office of Diaspora Affairs can make a remark, and then you can take us home.
Awesome.
Yes, so this is Dr. Tabla. Can you hear me? Am I?
You can be heard.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so once again, I want to express my profound gratitude to all of the presenters today. And we are especially grateful to our team. What you see us presenting here is a consequence of several hours of work. And I'm so glad that we have our scribe on the meeting today, Alpha. He does most of our recordings and our meetings and so forth. And so it was just befitting to have him speak on our behalf while we were in the background to give us our support. But we want to thank our team, and I also want to express my profound gratitude to uh, Dr. Don, Honorable Cooper, and Honorable Williams. This core of leadership has helped us to be able to make the kind of a progress that we have made. And once again, thanks to everyone. And as a clergy, I would like to say we continue to pray for God's blessings upon all of us as we serve our country, whether at home or abroad. It makes no difference. We are serving our country. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Reverend. Again, my computer got connected there, so there was a glitch, but I think Rev, you have said of the chairman, uh, Dunn, Ambassador Emmett Dunn, and the entire team of absolutely able individuals who has been working tirelessly. I just, and also the DF and over at the Foreign Affairs, Mrs. Jackie McKay. Thank you on behalf of the chairman myself. And I look forward, I know there's still a lot more work to do in order to complete this task. I want to thank His Excellency, the President, and the Honorable Minister of State for the level of support behind this thing. And to all here, I want to say thank you. And we look forward to having a very, very successful and active Diaspora Conference, the 2026 Diaspora Conference. Thank you all so much. God bless all of you and have a happy, happy, happy weekend. And thank you especially to our moderator. She is fantastic. But before the day of the event, I want to make sure we speak small Liberian English with you so you can pronounce the Liberian Nina correctly. You're doing it correctly, but just with a
Well,
Liberian accent.
sorry.
Oh, you see, she get it acting her model.
Oh, you gotta accent, yo. Sorry, I will put it there next time. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. So you correct. We love you.
That's
Thank you so
funny.
much for your great.
Not being disrupted. I want to say thank you all for such a wonderful meeting, a meeting of the mind, the president, and all of those working along with him. I mean, this call is called to order for all Liberians. Let us hold together. It's important for our country.
Yes.
It is not,
Yes.
John F. Kennedy is resurrecting now in our country. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. It is out of this call that we, as alumni of the Williams V. S. Tubman High School, we decided to put in much of our time and our little resources, doing bathrooms, doing library, doing laboratories, to give a befitting environment for our comrades, as we call them. And I'm happy to see the Minister of State, who is also contributing to some of these actions in our school of late. He was able to contribute to our effort to restore some electricity in classrooms. But look, we will not sit on our hands and wait that government should do it all. No. The rebuilding of our nation rests with all of us Liberians, irrespective of parties, affiliation, which is another, situation there. But notwithstanding Liberians, let us rise up to the occasion to rebuild our nation. Thank you. My name is Amos Tolley, former Deputy Managing Director of Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, of course. I'm interested in Liberia. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And now we'll turn over to Madam. right? Alpha, that's the order.
Is Alpha still on? Madam Cooper, you actually
He's
went out. You went out a little bit. So who are we turning it
On my
over to?
internet, I feel like someone.
Okay. I think it was supposed to be
yes.
turned. That's where
I think my moderator can close it up now.
Be, right before we do, I'm sorry, my internet was going in and out. The Hustle and Heritage, any member from the committee here to kind of briefly just tell us your plans for the conference, and then our moderator will close. Sorry, I just got that notice.
Okay, the diaspora annual return hasn't closed yet, Alpha. We haven't spoken
So,
yet.
sorry, Dr. Kula, I'm sorry. I was off for a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. So we'll go after Heritage and Hustle.
Hi, my name is Rolene. I'm the Executive Director for Heritage and Hustle. We're a young professional diaspora collective. For the conference, we hope to really unify the young professionals. We do hear you, we do see you and what you're doing and hear your voice. And so I dropped our email. If you have suggestions, questions, please share. We'll be happy to connect with you. Thank you.
All right. Okay, and on behalf of the Diaspora Annual Return, this is Dr. Kula signing off. We just want to say once again, thank you to everyone, Madam Cooper, Minister Steve Quare, who was on earlier, Mr. Erasmus Williams, and the entire team there in Liberia, as well as here in the US. Thank you for all the hard work. One more thing I would like to add is please go on once again, to the website and register so we can have proper data, because Alpha is tracking this data. And then lastly, if we can please remember to drop the survey in the chat room on behalf of the sponsorship committee. We really need that information to assist with the sponsorship. Thank you to my co-chair, which I'll be turning this over to, and we look forward to seeing all of you in Liberia in December. Thank you. Tiana?
I feel like everyone has said everything, but I want to say thank you to everyone for their time, those who have been volunteering their time. Thanks to the government for their support, for trusting us with this process. And as my chair lady just said, we look forward to seeing and welcoming everyone in December. I've been scrolling through the chats, trying to respond to people, whatever we're unable to get to. I know I heard that someone say that the chat will be saved, so the parts that are relevant to the annual return, we'll make sure we respond to you. And please do feel free to reach us to us. We're out on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, Ask People is a small enough community that there's some way to get in touch with us. Also, Alpha, if you could please, again, just drop the email address in there so that people can direct their questions in there as well. Thank you, everyone, and have a blessed weekend.
Excellent.
Yeah, quickly, I need to comment. Sorry, Wilhelmina, just quickly. This is Assistant Minister McKay. There's two important programs that also will be launched. I think Erasmus may have forgotten to mention it, so let me just quickly mention it. The Diaspora Registry is also going to be launched at the annual return, and this is a very important project that the government of Liberia is undertaking. Also, and we're looking for everybody participation. All the community leaders around the globe are a part of this process, and we'll be reaching out to everybody very soon. The program manager for that is Mr. Wetty, who is also on the call, and also the program lead on diaspora engagement. So also we'll be launching the Diaspora Youth Connect program at the annual return, the annual conference in Virginia in September. So I just wanted to highlight that. Everything that we do with the diaspora is under one government, one diaspora initiative, one policy. So, and under the government of Liberia, this is a government of Liberia initiative through the president's vision. So once again, thank you to everybody, to our diasporans, for all your participation in helping us to grow and develop Liberia and supporting the national arrest agenda for inclusive development. Thank you. Lots of exciting things happening as stated here in the meeting today. So thank you to everyone. Think, love, build Liberia.
Think, love,
Excellent.
love Liberia,
That's
build
everybody.
Yes,
Is that everybody?
that's who's
That's
speaking.
everybody. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
can. Is that everybody? Alpha.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yes, I think the moderators are gonna close stuff and then we can exit.
Okay, okay. Well, let me, before the moderator close, I guess I was supposed to speak to last, but again, I want to join everybody to say thank you all again. We have tax ahead. Please get involved with the committee. Try to volunteer. If you know about any homecoming for either county, tribe or any group, link the annual return team with them so that we can coordinate activities. We look forward to the time where we can all be able to plan most of those homecoming together to make maximum impact in our people's life here. It's very important. So we don't have access to everybody. Is you know me and I know you and you know the next person, and that's how it is. So please, like the chairman for the Diaspora engagement said, Mr. Wetty, please continue to reach out, share the message, share the information, and let's continue to do this together. We look forward to see you all at the conference where we'll be able to get together. Robina, please, I'm begging you, this December, I really want to be able to enjoy that all-white party. Yo, please try and make it happen. Let's enjoy that all-white party. I want dance. Nowhere for me to dance. Please, your try, my people. If you're here, you can do good all-white party for Robina. Your please help her. Robina,
Instead of Eastern, it
Ambassador
is
Cooper,
instead of Eastern.
anybody
It
here
is
who know how
10.
to throw a really good all-white party, you please go ahead. Thank you. God bless you all.
Erasmus, Honorable
And I'm
Erasmus,
looking for
I
people to
just
get
want
on
to,
board with me.
I think all the folks from Atlanta, Georgia, you can depend on them. They know all white party. That's Brooklyn and them.
Amen.
Seeing is believing. Hopefully the challenge is on your, Robina is on your. But thank you, everybody. God bless you.
All right, thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. This has been wonderful. If you have any questions, the email is info@LIB-Diaspora-Conference. That's just CONF.org. Please send your questions there and have a wonderful Saturday, okay?
Thank you
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Madam Moderator. Thank you, team.
Thank you.
God
Thank you,
bless.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Great call.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.